Welcome to another Tinkercad tutorial. Today we will be modeling a small catapult. Before we begin, I would like to just show that the keys I will be pressing, I will try to call them out as I press them, but if I don't, I do have this display here at the bottom left that shows which keys I am pressing. If I hit the L key, for example, or any number that I may enter, I also have the delete or backspace key, and down here we can see if I press this button, it is the control or command on a Mac. If I press this button, this is my alt or option button on a Mac, alt on Windows, and this is my shift key. So if you see this button lighting up, this is the shift key. So Control, Alt, Shift, and let's begin. The first thing that I always want to do is remember to change the name of the file. So that will be done by entering the period number that you are in, first and last name, the part that you are modeling. So in this case, it is a small catapult. Hit return or enter. So I'll just hit home right here. This is where I start. This catapult is mainly formed by using this triangular prism or a roof, as we call it. So we will bring that in, and I want to place that on the grid so it lines up with my 10mm increment lines. I'm going to change the width to be 40 and the length to be 50. I will now go ahead and change the height to be 35, and we come up with this. So I'm going to change the color right here by clicking right here on custom, and I very often like a neon color, so that seems pretty nice to me. Let's continue. I will now select this piece and holding the Alt and Shift, so both Alt and Shift together to move this piece over to the side. I will now click right here on this transformation handle and change the width to 2mm. After I change that width to 2mm, I can now hold Shift and Alt again, and I will move it over to the left side and now have duplicated that part. All right, we are more than halfway done with the frame. Let's continue by holding Shift and Alt again as I make a copy of this piece, and this looks very nice right here. So I keep a diagonal section of this. I will hold Shift and Alt once again, and this time I'm going to move it only 2mm. If I see here, I will move it only 2mm to the left. Okay, I now come here and select this piece, and we'll come over here and click on H, change to whole. So I hit H on my keyboard, change to whole, and I go ahead and select both of these pieces and go to group. Control G is what I will press on my keyboard, Control G, and that groups them and cuts them. I now need a base, so using the same part, I will select it, hold Alt on my keyboard and pull up again 2mm, 2mm. And I will now go to hit H on my keyboard, H on my keyboard, to turn that into a whole, and select both of these parts. We're going to group, Control G, to end up with this, like this. Okay, I will now go ahead and align both of these parts, select them, click on alignment L, click on this to make it the master shape, which I will then align this to the right. I do the same over here by selecting these parts, click L on my keyboard, make this the master shape and align to the left. This looks very good. Select this piece, hold shift on the keyboard and select the base. Click L for alignment, make this the master shape and align front. I am aligning down. Okay, yeah. So I am aligning front right here. All right, this looks very, very nice. Let's continue. Okay, I will now go ahead and bring in a polygon here. I'm going to bring in this polygon or hexagonal prism. So now this is 20, and we're going to turn this one right here to be 26. Select this, go to L for alignment, make this the master, center it, and then we're going to move this up in this direction all the way until it makes contact, and then we're going to move this 10 millimeters to the left. So 10 millimeters to the left, 10 millimeters, perfect. Hit H on the keyboard, turn it into a hole, hit H, select this piece as well, and hit group, Control G to group them, and there we go. Now we can continue with another polygon. All right, and this time we want to hold shift as I increase this in size to this is 24. Perfect. I will rotate it 90 degrees. And once again, select this, hold shift, select the base, click L for alignment, select the base as the master shape and center this. We will now go ahead and turn this onto its side. So now we push this down until we can see right here. We can see right here that this line is aligned with the floor. All right, and we're going to increase the size here by 50, like that. Select it, come over here, hit H, duplicate this, hold shift and option, duplicate it until it's just like this, and then we're going to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 millimeters, and we're going to come over here, shift and alt as I place it right here, and I'm going to hit with my keyboard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is perfect. We're going to select these, hold shift and alt as I copy them over here. I'm going to select this one and erase it, and select 1, 2, 3 part, and I'm going to group, Control G. That is perfect. Now select all 3 of these, hold shift and move them forward, and I'm going to select them and move them up 25 millimeters. Select everything, and then we're going to group everything, Control G. I'm going to make a box right here. Bring in this box. Who knows, we could make it 40 by 20 by 10. All right. 20 by 40 by 10. And all I want it for is I need to place it right here, and then I'm going to bring this up 33 millimeters and select everything in group again to cut. Almost done. I'm going to bring in a cylinder. I'm going to change the width to 1.5, the depth to 1.5, 1.5 by 1.5. The height is going to be 40. I will now go ahead and rotate it 90 degrees, and I want to place it right here, somewhere like that. I hit H to cut it and group it to cut this little groove out right there. Make sure it's not too thin, but we're almost done. We're going to add your name and period to the part. So we're going to go to text, rotate this 90 degrees. We're going to hold shift and change the size here down to 10 and change the font, the text to your name. We're going to select this in the part, L for alignment, master, align it and centered. Hold shift as you move this into place, hit H to cut, and before we cut it, we're going to hold shift and alt and move it down and type the period. So 01 would be first period, and we're going to finish by selecting everything and going to final group, Control G. We are all done. To submit this, make sure that you take a screenshot. This would be a very good view because it shows me all the detail. Take the screenshot and make sure you capture in the screenshot, make sure that the name shows up, make sure that all the detail is up, and I'm going to go ahead and take my screenshot right here. Seems pretty good. I am also going to export my file, and we could select the piece, export, and then STL is what we're choosing, and that has downloaded.